In this way, a woman begins to recover from shame by receiving the succor and tending she missed during the original trauma. No matter what kind of secret, no matter how much pain is involved in keeping the secret, the psyche is affected in the same way. Here is one example. One woman whose husband 40 years earlier had committed suicide 3 months after they were married was urged by his family to not only hide the evidence of his major depressive illness but also her deep emotional grief and anger from that time. As a result, she developed a dead zone regarding his anguish, her anguish as well as her rage at the cultural stigma attached to the entire event. She allowed the husband's family to betray her by agreeing to their requirement that she never reveal the fact of their cruel treatment of her husband over the years. And each year, on the anniversary of her husband's suicide, there was dead silence from the family. No one called to say, "How are you feeling? Would you like some company? Do you miss him? I know you must. Shall we go out and do something together?" The woman dug her husband's grave once more and buried her grief alone year after year. Eventually, she began to avoid other days of commemoration, anniversaries, birthdays, including her own. The dead zone spread from the center of the secret outward, not only overtly covering commemorative events, but then stretching to celebratory events and even beyond. All of these familial and friendship events were disparaged by the woman, who overtly considered them as a waste of time. To her unconscious, however, they were empty gestures, for no one had come close to her in her times of despair. Her chronic grief, that shameful secret keeping, had eaten into the area of her psyche that governed relatedness. Most often we wound others where, or very close to where, we have been wounded ourselves. If a woman desires, however, to retain all her instincts and abilities to move freely within her psyche, she can reveal her secret or secrets to one trustworthy human being and recount them as many times as necessary. A wound is usually not disinfected once and then forgotten, but is tended to and washed several times while it heals. When a secret is finally told, soul needs more response than, "Hmm? Oh, really? That's too bad." Or, "Oh, well, life is tough." From both the teller and the listener, the teller has to try not to depreciate the matter, and it is a blessing if the listener is a person who can listen with a full heart and can wince, shiver, and feel a ray of pain across his or her own heart and not collapse. Part of healing from a secret is to tell it is so that others are moved by it. In this way, a woman begins to recover from shame by receiving the succor and tending she missed during the original trauma.